This is future Alyssa talking to all of you. What you're about to see is a few days of training compiled together. Just thought I'd do a quick intro to let you guys know what's coming up, take you through some of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is today, and you'll get a good look at what I've been doing the past few days. Enjoy! It's workout day again. I'm just out here getting my shoes changed. I already did the 2-mile warm-up. So I should provide a little update since my last video on Sunday where I did 19 miles. Unfortunately, I did not feel too well after that. For about 3 days after, I was extremely sore, could not move my quads even like a little bit. Even just to extend my leg was incredibly painful. Definitely the biggest scare I've had this marathon block yet. I honestly didn't know if I had accidentally run my race before running it, if you know what I mean. You know, where I just had gone a little too hard and crossed the line of what's actually going to benefit me. Thankfully, I did recover enough by Thursday that I was able to run easy. The only issue now is this was supposed to be my highest mileage week, and it's now being compressed into 4 days of running instead of 5. Could I back off the mileage? Yes, but I felt like I'm capable enough to do the 50 miles in 4 days, so that's what we're doing. And now I'm gonna do my final, probably my final like tempo of this stint. Hoping it goes well, and I'll check back in after. Well, that wasn't pretty, but I did it. So originally I had planned to do 8 miles of tempo, but probably about 4 miles in, it was pretty apparent that I was beat up. So kind of made the decision at that point that if things continue to not feel good, even if the pace was good, I would just cut it a little short because I'm just not interested in pushing past where I need to right now. There's no point. These workouts are really mostly confidence boosters, more so than gaining fitness, even though they still serve somewhat of that purpose right now. So anyway, I stopped at 7 miles. Average pace for it was 7:07, which honestly is really good and right in the range of goal pace and overall goal time for me for the marathon. Sometimes it's hard to conceptualize with these workouts that, okay, great, I did 7 miles at that pace, but extrapolate that to 26, it's quite a bit further. But I also know that's how these workouts go. You know, with marathon training, you're never going to mimic the race before you run it, and you shouldn't anyway. So I just have to trust that I'm doing the right thing. But man, am I dead this week. This has been the hardest week of training yet, so definitely felt a bit nauseous after the run, which does tend to happen, I feel like, when I take gels and caffeine gummies and things like that. So maybe that was part of it. And then also I just pushed really hard. So overall, I think it's a good sign training is coming along, and we'll just see how the next few weeks goes. Bye. my evening time. Just getting my dinner together here, so thought I would show that. Tonight I'm having some leftover vegan mac and cheese with some vegan fish fillets, and I also cooked some broccoli to have on the side as well. Excited to eat this meal, and I also warmed up some apple tea, which has fresh apple chunks in it. Very delicious. It's from Turkey, so you know it's authentic. And I'm just gonna enjoy that, probably watch some YouTube and relax here for the rest of the night. The workout did tire me a lot. My ankle was kind of hurting after, but I also felt like it loosened when I walked a bit. I was just at the grocery store and I was noticing that. Not gonna panic, but I did notice that, so hopefully that's all good by the morning and I can just resume my regular training. This week really got thrown off with how the long run beat me up so bad, and then I basically didn't run for 3 days in a row, which I run 5 days a week generally, but I wouldn't typically take off that many days consecutively. So things kind of got, just distorted with how I was training this week. So hopeful that next week will be smoother, and I'm also gonna start tapering. So not as much mileage coming up, and keep the legs feeling good. Seven slow miles done in the rain. Went back for a change of clothes halfway through, so I was just soaked, and I also didn't have gloves, so went back for those as well. I think that concludes this week of mileage for me. I had 10 on the calendar for today, but seven is just where we're gonna call it. Bye. Good morning. It is a Sunday. This is going to be my last day of filming for this video. So come along with me while I get ready for my long run. I don't know if it's because it's getting close to being springtime, but lately I've been wanting my cold brew as iced coffee and not in the hot coffee that I've shown here a few times. Let's measure this out. It's like a good amount. It's dripping. Give me a minute. So yesterday I kind of forgot a bit to film, but after I did the 7 miles, I came home, ate some lunch. I will show a picture of that here. And then I relaxed a little and went to the movies with my boyfriend. We went to see Dune 2. It was okay. I don't know. Not like my favorite movie, but it wasn't my least favorite either. Had some interesting parts, but I guess Dune 1 was a bit better. But in general, probably I would prefer a different genre of movie, but it was entertaining. Came back from that. Actually, we went shopping for a bit. Came home, had some dinner, had leftovers of soup from the other day, and some chocolate cake we had as well, courtesy of my grandparents who bought that for a dinner get-together we had the other day with them. And then that was pretty much it. Went to bed. version of an iced type coffee right now because it's what I'm craving at the moment. Okay. So you know the drill at this point, but take the coffee, take the milk, bam, mix them together. However, slightly different this time because we add some ice cubes. Don't mind this blade of grass that's currently growing. Not doing a good job at the moment. That's another story though. Anyway. Oh, that's a little too many ice cubes. Oh, okay. 2. Okay. And 3. That's sufficient. Now let's show the mixing because it actually looks pretty yummy when you mix them together. Okay. Just wait for it. It's coming shortly. And get your spoon in there. And iced coffee. Let's try. Pass it sniff test. Excelente. So we've got our oats, which I've added some banana slices to, and cookie butter. Anyone who does not know what this is, you are truly missing out, and I suggest you go to your nearest grocery store and buy some. So, take a little spoon, dollop, sufficient. You just place it in there like so, right? And a few walnuts. Get those healthy fats in, a little protein. Keep us fuller for longer. Just a few, nothing too crazy. And then a little maple syrup just to top things off. Oh, yep, it's good. And this is what it looks like. Yum yums. I'm gonna eat this now and drink my coffee, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Bye. Update, the run is done. 14 very cold miles. Was not expecting that because if you recall last week I ran in shorts and a tank top for the last part of my run, last part of my long run. So today was just bitterly cold and I was miserable at the start. I'd say maybe 4 miles in I hit my groove, which, I mean, that's fine, but yeah, it was just difficult to get going. The run itself was okay. I did 14 miles. Not the fastest pace, but it really wasn't about pace. I just needed to get it in. I think I've just been training a lot lately, so it makes sense that my legs are beat up and I'm tired. But got my celebratory oat milk latte to indulge in now. And I'm gonna go home, eat something, recover for the rest of the day probably, and that's about it. So yeah, only 2 more Sundays of training and then we are headed to Boston.